Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and today I would like to share a little unpackaging with you all. What we're going to use to unbox is going to be my Devo Knives Buzz, and I apologize if you see some like weird stains and colors on my fingers. All today I've been doing RIT dye and anodizing modifications. I want to show you a project that I'm working on that's literally took me all day today to get it to what I want it to be. But this is my Lockside Hinderer scale, and so it's essentially 2 layers of anodizing. It's like a darker gray. It was like a darker grayish blue underneath, and then I did a slight polish sheen over it and anodized it again at a darker blue. So it's still not finished, but that in combination with hardware, heat anodized hardware that looks like this, I was able to get it pretty darn consistent. Came out beautiful. And this is the clip right here. It's gonna show, but it's like a purple with like a gold sheen over it. I didn't go too heavy on it because I know that this is probably gonna see a lot of wear and stuff like that. But anyways, besides that nonsense, you guys will see it later on a YouTube short, or if you guys follow me on Instagram, it'll be posted there with some metal music in the background or something like that. Let's go ahead and get into this. All right, this is a budget knife from Remette, and this is a company that I've seen come a very long way in a short period of time. This was a model that I picked up when it first came out in its premium state, and there were a couple little issues with it, mainly with the button lock, but the fit and finish, the ergonomics, the design overall was gorgeous. It's because of the button lock itself I wasn't the biggest fan of. Apparently they have addressed that in the newest updated premium version. They re-released the premium one with newer style thumb studs that look really nice. They look like the tie connector branded ones. They look, again, really nice in comparison to when it was first released. And apparently they've bumped up their spring compression tension on that button lock. But even though I'm completely buttoned out for the year, I'm just kind of over button lock knives. I really only have 2 in my collection, and this is actually going to compete with one of them. There's a wonderful deal. I could not pass this up. I had actually asked them if they can send me this, but they told me, you know, this, that, or the other, whatever excuse that they had at the time, that they wouldn't be able to send me one. But it just so happened that I was on Amazon at the right time, and I saw that there was a huge discount, and I got this guy for like 35 bucks. And at that price point, that is, you can't pass that up. So of course you get the nice little zipper pouch with the fuzzy lining, a little tool. This is a T6 T8 Allen key. You get a nice little microfiber cloth, and that's about it. No cards, no stickers, no frills or anything like that. This comes in 2 different variations. The one that I got, so you can see here, is all blacked out, everything else. I don't believe it's a DLC, but it's some sort of coating. It very well could be. I'm not 100% sure. I'll give you guys updates when I go for the full review on this. And then this is green micarta. I believe the other one was a black micarta, or possibly just a black G10. About the same price, but it looks pretty good. One thing that I do notice right off the bat is that this micarta looks super freaking dry. It looks kind of dusty, but with some good time in the pocket and some use, it'll eventually darken up a little bit. And if you already want to go ahead and just make it a little bit darker, you could put some oil of whatever kind. Even WD-40 works. It's gonna smell like WD-40. Most people don't mind that, but yeah, this is basically one of their premium models, not shrunken down, but I don't want to say downgraded, just it's a different variation brought to the market with the updated studs. They look very good, and the same knurled steel button right there that looks pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and give this guy a thumb flick. Feels good. Nice button. All right, reverse. Yeah, this thing feels pretty good. Now it's gonna take some time because this does have the coating on it. It's gonna take some time to break in. I just really hope that the spring that is in here truly is stronger than what when they first released this in the premium version, because it was just like you can shake it and the blade would just come flying out. I ended up doing them a couple favors and doing some not QC work, but some kind of customer service work for them. They sent me a crap ton of springs and asked me if I was able to do them the favor of shipping them out to whoever bought them that had issues with the spring. So I didn't mind doing them the favor. They reimbursed me for the shipping. It really didn't cost me anything but a little bit of time. And over time, building a relationship with Remette, formerly known as QIGMGS, they have actually helped me out. They've sent me some free stuff before, or sent me huge discount codes that I was told not to share because it was just for me. But I mean, even still, they bring some pretty great quality for the price. And again, it's still a relatively new company. It's just it's a very competitive market, especially in this price point. And so what they were bringing when this came about, it was very much overshadowed by things like well, I'm trying to think of what came out at the time. The what is it called? Not the Vosteed Raccoon. Yeah, when the Vosteed Raccoon came out, Vosteed was already well ahead of Remette during this time. So middle of the year, the Vosteed Raccoon, the button lock came out, and they were having some button lock failure issues. I ended up checking out the Vosteed Raccoon when it came out. I had 0 issues, sold it off to put the money into other projects. But I did the same thing with the premium version of this. I believe the model on this is WD10 something like that. WD107. Yeah, so that's what it is, WD107. I'll be linking this down in the description, of course, so you guys can go ahead and check it out if you're interested. If you guys have been sitting on this for a while, maybe it's probably sitting in your shopping cart for all I know. But just go ahead and check out the link, and I hope that you guys are able to snag one of these at that heavily discounted price. They're probably just trying to clear out their inventory for the year to get ready and make space for newer models. There is something else coming from Remette that I'm not going to get till I believe next week or so, but they have something very spicy coming, and they hooked me up with getting one of them, so I'm very thankful for that. And of course, I'm going to be sharing that unboxing experience and just my general take on it overall. But for what this thing feels like, for what it looks like, yeah, it's pretty darn good. I don't really see anything right up front that is a little questionable. I'm kind of ignoring that button stick because I know this is black coated. The other one, I believe it's a bead blast finish. Some people aren't too crazy about bead blast finish. So that's why I went with this one, because I know I'm going to use it. This is a wonderful blade shape, a wonderful design and silhouette overall. Fits wonderful in the hand, whether you're back here. Don't really know why you'd be back there. This is really the place to be. That feels excellent. I can go ahead and just give us a couple whacks off the side over here. I doubt it's going to... Oh yeah, freaking solid. That is wonderful. And I don't really hold back much when I do spine whackings. And I know it may annoy a lot of people, but for the vast majority of people who actually collect and buy button lock knives, that's something that kind of matters. Now, button lock, the locking mechanism itself, the plunge lock, it's really only as strong as the internal spring, the regular coil spring that's inside. So again, my majority of my testing and what I'm really going to be paying attention to is how that lock breaks in, because this does honestly feel significantly stronger and significantly better finished than that premium one was. I would hope that the premium one, the new released one, feels just like this, because this is honestly quite excellent. The reverse flick, the thumb flick, looks to be pretty much centered, maybe a hair to the clip side, which is not a big deal. It is reversible, which is awesome. The clip sits on the scale, but at least they're flat screws. Those pocket clip screws look like T6. but I think the body is T8. We can go ahead and check real quick. Where is a T8 bit? This is a T8. I don't know where my driver went. Think it went rolling off somewhere. Okay, so you know, that's a T6 for the body screws. Not a big deal. Not really gonna complain too much at this price point. Preferably T8, of course, everybody knows, but at least it does have T8 for the pivot, and I hope that it's captured. I can't remember if it was a D-shaped or captured pivot on the premium one when it first came out. I think it was. I hope that it is. But for now, that's pretty much it. Side to side, rock solid, up or down, there's nothing there. And I'm actually very surprised because button locks typically have a little bit of up and down until they break in and settle in. This is really going to be something that competes with a very popular knife that recently came out. This is the Good Boy by Best Techman, but this is in D2, and I believe it runs around like 55 or 60 bucks. You're not really gonna see these discounted, but there are plenty of people that have 10% discount codes on like White Mountain knives. You can even get them on Blade HQ, but Blade HQ doesn't do discounts, unfortunately. DLT Trading has them as well. They don't do discounts, but if you've been buying stuff recently from DLT Trading, they send little $10 gift cards, and that's at least tax, at the very least tax. This is actually a little bit shorter. Again, I haven't handled this model since significantly earlier this year, so I was really thinking that this was about the same size as the Good Boy, but the Good Boy actually has a little bit more reach on it, surprisingly. But you can get choked up on the Remette WD107 more than the Good Boy. They're both still very comfortable in hand, and this is really one of the stars of my budget knife collection because it is truly a full-size plus knife that feels wonderful in hand, has incredible action. It's unfortunately just in D2, and while I'm not the biggest fan of D2 at this price point, I can't really complain too much about this because this is executed extremely well. And even though that the Good Boy has had a couple little issues with earlier production, they have cleared them all up at this point and, you know, corrected that kind of stuff. But even still, that's something that we all kind of ran into, or at least have heard about with button lock knives, that while it is a strong, fidgety, you know, finger safe system, it is only as strong as the internal coil spring. So we can go ahead and take the weight on this. We'll check out that factory edge. We could even compare it between this the Remette and the Good Boy. I'm pretty sure the Remette's gonna weigh a little bit more than the Good Boy, just because this has large steel liners. They are actually pocketed, which is really cool. There's, yeah, it's pretty big pockets in there, but the micarta is thick. This is definitely a little bit more hand feeling. 3.5, 3.6. All right, not too bad, not too bad. All right, so it is you're not really gonna notice that, but again, you get a little bit more reach there with the Good Boy. This is just a little bit more compact. I'd still say that this is a full-size knife. The Good Boy by Best Techman is just a full-size plus. The button lock on this is a whole lot more comfortable. It feels nice. I like the grip on that. It's pretty nice. Let's go ahead. Let me get a little piece of paper. I always forget to have the paper ready. So there we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at that edge up close. They did a excellent job with the sharpening choil and plunge grind. I love that. That is wonderful. That is something that they have missed a little bit on some of their other models, but that is extremely well executed. And the edge consistency is pretty good. Looks pretty good. Should be a shape that is quite easy to sharpen. I have the what is it called? The Wicked Edge, like fixed angle sharpening system, and you can see there's actually a slight polish to that. That's pretty nice. Let me see if I could wipe that up a little bit more. This didn't seem to come too heavily lubricated like some stuff I've been getting in. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but during the colder months, when you buy knives, they come a little juicier for some reason. Maybe that's just to help protect from excess moisture in packages while they're, you know, coming over to the US. Oh yeah, that is an excellent working edge. No fuzz. That looks pretty darn good. And this 14C28N should take a wonderful edge eventually once I, you know, wear this down and actually put it to use. It's gonna go in my pocket immediately for work tomorrow, and I'm gonna definitely play around with this thing a good bit. You can see the blade seal stamp is right there. They keep the blade relatively sterile. There's just a Remette right there. Not a big deal. No, I don't mind it whatsoever. I'm glad that there's just not a bunch of other random ass crap anywhere else. For what it is, it looks pretty darn good, honestly. Just needs a little bit of oil, and that's it. Should be just like really any other micarta. Does look pretty well machined, nice and healthy hardware. That clip should go in the pocket relatively well. I'm wearing sweatpants right now because I've been bumming it all day today. Again, I'm at home just modifying stuff. Yeah, even in thicker pant material, in and out like butter. I like it. Plenty of retention. And again, I love the fact that they added those upgraded studs right there. That's cool. I really like that for sure. Super snappy. It does bounce a little bit, but not too bad. So alrighty, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little unboxing. I know I definitely did. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate all your guys' patience and support, of course. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing because I have plenty more videos and content coming your guys' way. I'll be linking this down in the description as I mentioned before. And that's it. Have a wonderful rest of your day.